Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Forum Game Friday. We'll be continuing SAO, Lost Song. And just to show you that last time, we did in fact get several new party members. Hooray! Just for a little bit of the breakdown on the stats, not that I'll be using them, but it goes in sequential order. The little blue icon, or green icon, or yellow icon. Next to that is their name. Underneath that is their level and experience. Then HP, then MP. Then their attack power. Then their defensive power. And finally all the resistances to fire, water, wind, ground. I believe that's holy and unholy, or something to that effect. Light and dark, holy and unholy, something like that. As you can see, we don't actually get to see Kirito's stats. I'm sure I can pull them up in the pause screen somehow, but haven't figured that out yet. Just so you have an idea of a general breakdown, we have our mage right here. As you can see, she's got even more MP than HP. We have a well-rounder who hits hard, higher attack than most people, or higher max damage. I'm not really sure what the benefit here is, other than the fact that she carries around the dragon named Pina, whom is, in the series, known for healing on the fly, so kind of like a portable white mage. So perhaps that applies to her. This is the only girl with immense defense power, of 40. Everybody else has 0, which is kind of odd. We have a tank with a lot of health. We have our newbie character who just doesn't really have anything going. And we've got kind of another newbie character whom I have literally no idea what her benefit is, so can't say. Anyway, we're Kirito, we're going solo. I really must say, this episode, the translation, oh man, it was difficult. It was difficult. Anyway, as you might recall last time, we were given a quest to go into the tavern. Well, there's the tavern. Let's go into the tavern. Oh, and before I forget, last time we got where in the right here. This is an unknown sword. Unknown one-handed sword. We picked it up from the boss that we killed off last time. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop into the tavern and complete the little quest that we were given at the end when everybody was starting to take off. You have to forgive any snifflings you hear because I am having a serious allergy breakdown, or breakout, or whatever you want to call it right now. It's spring here. The pollen is really flying. Yui introduces the quest counter. And then we have the generic voice say, "Hi, this is the quest counter. You can get quests here, and you turn in quests here." Basically, you pick up the quest. These are all sub-quests, I should say, not like main plot-driven quests. And she also mentions that check back often because they get quests at random times and inconsequentially and stuff like that. Yui points out that there's only one quest at the moment, and we should probably take it. So, let's go up to the girl here. Oops. Welcome to the quest counter. Yes, thank you. You just introduced that. Pick up a quest. And we will pick up a lovely little sub-quest here to kill off the slimes. We need to go and kill off 30 slimes. Breaking the looking at it really quickly, we have the name in yellow font at the very top there. It says something like subjugation or domination or something like that, but basically it just means this kind of quest is a kill everything quest. Under that, we have the target, slimes, 30 of them. Under that, the rewards, basically 850 cash, whatever. Difficulty, it's a 1-star mission. And quest notes. The habitat of the slimes in question is near the windmills. Do we want to accept this quest? Yes, we do. The only reason I can see for them asking, like, double-checking that you want to actually, like, confirm the quest is it almost makes me wonder if you can only pick up, like, 1 or 2 at a time sort of thing. Anyway, let's go and complete that said quest. Now, fortunately for us, even though it's a sub-quest, it is kind enough to peg it on our map marker, and as you can see, the game was not lying. It is actually near the windmills. We're going to ignore everything for the moment and head over on this way to where the slimes spawn. And here we get a little cutscene. Holy shit. Slime! And since slimes are ground fighters, let's go. Ooh, okay, a lovely start. And we are one-shotting these guys, so this should not be particularly, difficult. Ooh, there we go, just dodge that guy, holy shit. It's raining slime! Whoa. Ooh! Almost made it out of that one. The camera angle is still a little bit tricky to... Ow. Oh, wow, thank you for proving my point, game. Ooh. Still a little bit difficult to, a little bit difficult to control. It's, the lock-on system is not as intuitive as you would think. You really have to, like, hold the button to lock on. Ooh. And now, besides the fact that Yui is pointing out, oh, you're done, and the fact that Kirito actually says, oh, hey, you're done, we have actually cleared it. Ooh. And you'll see, the slimes that are spawning now, they take a lot more abuse. But before we head back, we are right here. Let's hop into a little cavern. Let's do some dungeoneering. And it's locked. And basically, I will save you guys the hassle. I explored this cave as thoroughly as I could. I cannot find a key anywhere in this area, so it makes me think that you'll find the key elsewhere and have to come back to this. But I mean, you can hear enemies spawning. Just can't seem to get through. So, anyway, this will be something we'll have to come back to. Now, why would I ever waste your time showing you that? Well, that's because every single dungeon that I have found, or every single cave that I have found, is exactly like that. There's a door that is basically, oh, you can't get in because you need to do a quest, or oh, you can't get in because of this. I've come across a cave so far, only one cave so far, that has said, there's no, explicitly told me there is no lock on this door, or keyhole for a lock on this door. Keyhole for a key on this door. It is locked and you will need to unlock it some other way. Which I basically took to mean, do a quest, figure out what quest it wants you to do. Not much I can do about it though, because it doesn't give you any hints whatsoever about what the actual quest you need to complete is, so, whatever. One small disadvantage I've noted, that playing ahead and then translating, not saving, jumping all the way back, and replaying, is that the fact that the achievements come pre-unlocked. So you won't see me get any achievements at this point anymore. The reason I mention that is because when you turn this in, you get a quest. Hooray, an achievement that says, hooray, congratulations, you've done the first quest, sub-quest in the game. And they were not kidding, there are no more quests for us today, so let's move on to the other plot-driven area, or more plot-driven area of the game. The second marker. It's right now up in the top right corner. As a sort of side note, I mentioned that this sword we got is an unknown sword, one-handed sword. It makes me think that at some point in time we'll get either an appraisal ability or somebody who can appraise things, so... But neither here nor there. Kirito explains that this door is where the guild leaders usually meet. And, as Lifa exclaims in surprise, would you look at that? 3 guild leaders. Green here, I'm going to be using their colors just until they introduce their names. Green here says, oh, hey, Lifa. Yellow says, oh, there's a lot of new people, or a lot of people here. I'm surprised at how many people that the update drew to this particular part. I'm assuming she's referring to the town explicitly, or this particular little cul-de-sac area, but doesn't really clarify above and beyond that. Red basically says, oh, this is just one more person we're gonna have to compete with and outdo. Green here recognizes the fact that there's somebody traveling around with Lifa who looks like somebody who's Lifa's described as her brother, and Green puts 2 and 2 together and goes, oh, you're Kirito, you're Lifa's brother. Green has heard the stories of him and always wanted to meet him. This is where I started having serious problems with the translation, because this is assuming something very obvious, and people who have seen the series before will know exactly what I'm talking about. Kirito already has met this girl. Lifa explains, oh, she's the leader of the guild that I'm a part, or not the guild, the race that I'm a part of. And Green introduces herself formally. She goes, oh, I'm, she introduces herself as, where is her name written down here? Sakuya. She is Sakuya, leader of the Sylphs. And she also introduces the other cat girl, the yellow girl, leader of the, I believe it's the Neko Musume, as Alicia. Ooh, surprising for a cat girl name. At this point, you're going, what the hell? Kirito doesn't know, nobody knows who these people are? No, Kirito and Lifa should know them. They don't have to introduce each other. Hell, Kirito saved them from the Mr. Red. Mr. Red was not friends of Green and Yellow. And she sounds like a cat. Yeah, she basically says, hi, I'm the resident cat girl. It's immensely confusing. Kirito saved these two. So, basically, at this point, I've come to the conclusion that this game assumes that none of the events of ALO or GGO exist. It's just that everybody happens to have been friends from outside and met in this world. Or they were friends in ALO prior and friends now. Anyway, Green goes to introduce Mr. Red as Eugene. Eugene, leader of the Salamanders. And he is a big, badass, sword-wielding... He's known as the best sword wielder in the anime series, second only to his brother, who is more strategic anyway. At least, before Kirito shows up. So, the rumor, if we're assuming that Kirito's never actually fought and defeated him, then Red here, Eugene, he's the #1 swordsman in the entirety of ALO right now. But Kirito's beaten him. In canon, anyway, so... This entire scene doesn't make too much sense. Green says, basically, oh, you are the rumored strongest player of ALO because you were like a great player in SAO and it transferred over and all that. And it's entirely accurate. Kirito is the best player in ALO and SAO as far as we're concerned. Asuna is surprised, and she's saying something... I can't tell if the context here is that she's saying something to the effect of, how do you know that? Or if she's saying something more along the lines of, like how do you know that, as in, like, how could you possibly know about Kirito and how good he is? Or if she's saying more like, how do you know that he's the best? Like, like, how do you know he's the best? The reason I'm not sure of the context is because right here, Green, Sakuya, says, oh, well, in order to believe, I want to believe the rumors, but I'm not going to believe the rumors until I test him for myself. Eugene is just kind of chilling. Freaking Lifa here has a little seizure and goes, ooh, scary. And Green Sakuya, Alicia, and Eugene all say, yeah, well, it was nice to meet you, but peace. Eugene is just like, yeah, whatever. Kirito agrees. Well, everybody seems to be leaving. It's late. We should probably leave too. And we're going to take his advice, in fact. By running as fast as we can over to the inn. Pointless conversation about how late it is and how we have good timing and all that sort of stuff. Kirito basically is like, yeah, I think it's time to call it a day, which is exactly what he said over in the other area. Leafa's commenting here, that was fun! But time flew so fast because they were having fun, and now it's over too quickly. Shinon saying something to the effect of, oh, I'm getting used to Grinswald, something like that. I'm getting used to the game, which is a mind-boggling statement because we're assuming GGO never happened, so this would have been her first game ever, unless she's saying, I'm getting used to playing VR MMOs. But the context for me is, I'm getting used to playing this fantasy game. This little conversation didn't make too much sense to me either. Sutoriya says something like, oh, well, if you want to have a lot of fun, you should play as a sword class or something like that. And here, basically, oh, let's do our best, Pina. Self-explanatory grunt. They're talking about how reliant they'll become on sword shops and how Egil should set up a shop. Elizabeth wonders what they're going to do about that, because she was the original blacksmith. Which would make sense if Elizabeth and Egil teamed up. Anyway, Kirito thanks them for their hard work and says, peace. Asuna says, hey, everybody's left. You're right. Cute little moment for the couple. And that musical chime. Hey, it's the morning time. I'm assuming that they logged out and this is the next morning because it's like summer vacation or something. Good morning, good morning. Yui indicates that there's a lot of people gathering near the workshop. Translator's note, I don't know what the heck the workshop is, what the workshop is referring to. Perhaps I missed it earlier, but people are gathering near the workshop, and there's probably an incident or an event or something going on nearby. Kirito says, it's probably nothing to worry about, but let's go and check it out. And so with that, we are sent off. It is time to go and check things out. But we're not actually going to do that. For now, we're just going to take it easy. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We're just going to take it easy, and we're going to call it a video. It was a little bit short, but that's because a lot of the pre-video stuff was a little bit ludicrous in how hard it was to figure out what the heck they were talking about and figuring out the context of. No, ALO is just something that kind of came about with no real context behind it. It's just, oh yeah, you know, we finished SAO, we were trapped in there for 2 years, let's just pick up another game and go for it. Why not? Anyway, with that, I'm going to call this a part. When we come back next time, we will go and see what the incident at the workshop is and why there are so many people gathered around. But for now, later guys.